Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by TaylorMade.
The drive from Augusta, Georgia to St. Simons Island, about 4 hours, but those 4 hours mark a world of difference this week on the PGA Tour. From a major to a little more laid-back vibe on the water, seaside for the RSM Classic. Some big names in the field after competing at Augusta National. Webb Simpson, who's a career tournament leader in several statistical categories, tied for most top 20 finishes on the PGA Tour since the RBC Heritage with 10 in a row. Sungjae was a big factor at the Masters, finishing runner-up. 22-year-old had the fewest amount of putts last week at Augusta, now ranked top 20 in the world at 18th. Tees off at 10:20 a.m. Eastern Time with Matt Kuchar and Justin Rose. Speaking of Justin Rose, now at 28th in the world, outside the top 25 in the world rankings after being number 1 entering the 2019 Masters. And Rose sliding outside the top 25 in the world rankings earlier this fall at the Zoso Classic. It's the first time we've seen a stretch like that for Justin Rose since more than 9 years ago, September 2011. And we pick it up with just 2 more events to go on the PGA Tour schedule to close out 2020, RSM Classic and then the Mayakoba Golf Classic. Rex Hoggard is our reporter this week on site in St. Simons Island, Georgia. Rex, how are the guys handling winding down from the Masters while also preparing for the RSM Classic?
Well, George, even 2 days later, all the buzz on this range is still about Augusta National and Dustin Johnson and that record-setting performance that he had on Sunday at the Masters. And specifically, talking with those who know DJ the best, this was really about the emotions that DJ showed on Sunday that really demonstrated how much this means to him.
I knew Dustin was going to win, so there really wasn't a lot of suspense, but I wanted to watch him win. So I wanted to watch him hit the shots coming in. I really wanted to watch Austin come up 18 with Dustin. Those little things that people don't see in and out. You're right. I was emotional watching it. So I can imagine. I saw his post after where he said something with Paulina. We did it or something like that, and. You see, he's been trying really, really hard to win that golf tournament. And now Augusta National has somebody, a really fun member. He's going to loosen him up a little bit. So I think it's great. And I can't wait for April to watch him defend. That's the main reason I wanted to watch the end of the Masters, because Austin, like my brother Mark, caddying for me at the PGA Championship, that was so cool. And I've gotten to know Austin not as well as Dustin, but I've been around him a lot, and I played against him. And Dustin and Brooks have been my 2 main guys as assistant captain that I've hung around all the way back to Corey Pavin in 2010. Dustin and I spent a lot of time together. So to watch brothers pull that off together, they catch a lot of grief, the 2 of them, and for good reason, but they work really well together. Everybody said, what a bad decision. Dustin's going to bring his brother out to caddy for him. Well, look where that's gone. They've both done really, really well. Dustin may forget the umbrella, and Austin might forget the yardage book, but they're still the best team out there, and they're fun to watch. So I loved watching it because I was right there with my brother.
You played a great tournament, obviously, shooting 20 under par, and the soft conditions probably helped out for a few of those birdies, but you're not going to shoot 20 under at Augusta if you're not playing phenomenal golf, and he seemed to be very much in control of his driving. We know the length he's got, and followed that up with strong putting and a tidy short game. So it was a masterful performance, and that's why he left the champion at the end of the week. So well done, and congrats to DJ.
Winning any major championship will bring out emotion, and I think I can only I can't put myself, actually I could put my entire shoe in his shoe. If I put myself in his shoes, growing up in South Carolina, the green jacket is of the utmost. Probably the pinnacle of, as far as his goals go. It would be my assumption. I think, and he kind of hinted at that too, right? So, he's from the Columbia area, which is about an hour away. I can only imagine the emotion, and it was raw, it was real, it was genuine, and it's awesome. That's what you want to see. He has this stoic, I think, phenomenal mentality of being almost emotional out there when he plays. I think that's one of the reasons why he's can and be so successful in any arena, especially when things go astray and then, lose a major, comes back and wins a tournament. I mean, Dustin has got something figured out, and to see that emotion was really cool. I mean, obviously he's human.
Now, as it applies specifically to Dustin's performance last week, there was a lot of talk with players today really about, we all know how far he can drive the ball off the tee. We know how well he was on those greens, but players who know the way Augusta was playing last week pointed out how well he was able to control his spin, specifically with his wedges on greens that were much, much softer than what players are accustomed to at Augusta National. And really, that was the key.
Take a peek at what you can catch this week here on the Golf Channel. That's going to start with second round coverage of the Saudi Ladies Team International. That's Wednesday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Joburg Open starts 2 a.m. Eastern on Thursday. First round coverage here on Golf Channel. Thanks for hanging with us on Golf Central. Have a great night.